Well, good evening, everybody. Hello, I'm Doc, and
Mike Perez.
hey, I'm Dr. Walter Sims, aka Doc of Doc and Mike on the mic. This is our first live show. We are doing a sports talk podcast. Mike corrected me. It's not radio. See, I'm old school. He's a young pup. I'm old school. He's a young pup. And so I still think of things how they used to be. He's part of this newfangled generation. Everything got to be fresh and pop-a-locking and all that good stuff. Mike, how you doing, big man?
I'm doing just fine. I'm gonna be doing better once you take that back screen off. I got.
No, you tried to flex the other night when we did our test. You want to flex with these Washington football team in your background, so you know I gotta represent. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, how about
Well,
it?
listen, we got a very special guest tonight. We're not gonna hold him long because I told him we are gonna be about 25 minutes. He's a content creator. His content is Madden football. So glad to have him. So without any further ado, we're gonna unmic him. And his name is VLegendary Lou, and he's gonna introduce himself and give you his last name. So I don't want to steal his thunder. So Lou, good evening. How you doing, man?
Man. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great, man.
Well, that is so good, man. We
Hey,
are
thank
so
y'all so much for having me, man. You know what I'm saying? And and shout out to all the people that's viewing this, man. My name is Torian Moore. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is my first time ever doing something like this. So, man, big shout out to the Doc and Mike. You know what I'm saying? This is my first ever show, man. So it should be very exciting. I hope y'all boys enjoy. I hope y'all boys had a blessed day or is having a blessed day, man.
that's
So
right.
let's get it. Let's get into it, man.
Let's get it, man. Well, listen, Mike and I, we would like to know, and I'll let Mike ask the first couple of questions, man. It is just so good to see you, man. And again, thank you. And we were talking in the pre-production meeting, you and I. I just want to let you know how awfully proud I am of you. You're a young brother doing some positive things, man, and you can kind of play Madden a little bit.
Yeah, man, just a little bit. I ain't that good, man. I be telling people I ain't that good. I'm
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, man. I feel the same way. Me and Mike go back and forth all the time. So go ahead, Mike. Ask Lou some questions, man.
Well, first off, your congratulations on having your new baby.
Oh
That's
man, yeah.
awesome. So
Thank you.
applause to you for that. But you're young, and this new generation sometimes tends to think a little bit different from what some people may like. But you are doing something with yourself, and you actually have a pretty decent following out there on YouTube. How did you get to start that and to start getting your following to become a little bit bigger than what some do?
Um, um, that's a good and long question.
Take your
but
time. Take your time.
but hey, to be honest, man, I just you know what I'm saying from starting from Madden 20, man. I just really I well to be honest with you, I looked at YouTube as like I did YouTube to start off. I used to be playing 2K and all that stuff, but to get my following where it's at right now, man, I just I switched my game from basketball to football, and then I just started live streaming, man. Like I tell these guys, I tell a lot of these guys, that I got a lot of content creators in my circle, and why I
Right.
keep them in my circle is because we all trying to aim for the same goal. You know what I'm saying? So we all trying to get to the big leagues, man. And you know what I'm saying, to the millions of subscribers. You go to the mall and people want to take pictures with you and stuff like that. But yeah, but Mike, to go off on how I get it big, man. Like I said, I just went live stream. I don't know how. Like I don't want to bring religion or anything
No,
onto
take your
the
time. You all
podcast
right?
because I don't know. No, I don't know how people feel about that. So I'm gonna leave that out. But I want to tell people, man. I just was grind. I just grind, man. I just grind, and then you know what I'm saying. When bigger people, when little guys like me, bigger guys see that you're grinding and you doing good stuff for the community, giving out
Right.
great content. Guys like TD Barrett, Goldie Mills, Form. You know what I'm saying? Eli Mack, you got Black Rain, Braylon Miller. Those type of guys reach out to you and they want to collab with you because they like your energy. They like, you know what I'm saying, what you bring into the table and stuff like that. So that's really how I got my
Right.
following big enough. You know what I'm saying? I just grind, and then other people saw that I was grinding, and then you know what I'm saying, we just collab.
Okay, I'm writing that word down. Grind, Mike.
Put it in your palm pot.
I'm grinding, baby. We grinding. Keep going, Mike. You're doing
Yes,
good,
God.
man.
So that's awesome. Number one. Number two. When did it just change from like one day you were like at one, two, or three people, and suddenly it just took off? How long ago did that happen?
Um,
Was it like
man,
quick?
no, not really, man. To be honest with you, YouTube is really a waiting game. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just gotta, like I said, grind. Like, hey, Doc, write it down. You got,
I'm writing it. I'm writing. I'm
hey,
taking
you
notes,
gotta,
dog.
hey, to be honest with you, it's truly, 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 man, a grind, dude. Cause like one video will hit 1,000, then the next video get 5 views, man. So it's
Oh
like
wow.
you gotta make sure that you keep that you gotta make sure that you stay focused on it. But for me, you know what I'm saying, not rambling too much but for me, the turning point, Mike, was when I was playing Madden 20. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm gonna just start live streaming. I wasn't good. I wasn't good at all.
Uh
But
huh.
I was entertaining enough for guys to keep coming back and watching me. So, you
Really?
know what I'm saying? From that point, you know what I'm saying? It just Madden 20 is when I really got the
Wow.
following Madden 20. So I can say a year later, man, I was grinding for a year. I've been grinding, but that Madden 20 was just the start of the grind, and then I got to Madden 21. You know what I'm saying? Some, like I said, some bigger guys wanted to collab with me,
Right.
so they gave me a bigger
Okay.
platform.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? That's yeah. So like, well, Mike, like you said, I want to say it was really just recent, man. Really recent. Like I want to say like 3, 4 months ago. You know what I'm saying? That this came from zero to what, around 5K right now. So
That's pretty good, man.
we
That's
doing,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, well, we saw, we kind of went through your Instagram and everything, and we see that you got a little person running around now.
Yeah, man, that's my baby, man. Yes,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's
Tink
good.
Mink.
That's good. Well, listen, how long you been
Yeah.
married? How long you been having a family, man?
Man, I want to say for a year, so it's fresh.
Yeah, yeah.
It's real fresh. My daughter was brought into this lovely world,
Hey, man.
and she was brought in this lovely world on the 15th of November. So
Uh,
she was brought into this world last year, on the 15th of November,
yeah,
and she just been a blessing, man. A lot of old, like I surround myself with older guys, and kids are a blessing. You know what I'm saying? People say that kids are a blessing and a curse. They do get aggravating sometimes,
just
man. With me
sometime.
being young, yeah, with me being young,
Yeah.
man, it gets aggravating sometimes. But man, I wouldn't trade her for anything, man.
When traded for the world. Wouldn't trade for
Yeah, I
one
wouldn't trade
one.
her for the world, man.
I'm gonna bounce it back to Mike, but I got one more question. So
Okay,
how do you balance everything? You got family, you got your moms, you
man.
got your extended family, you got your nuclear family, you got work, you got Maddie, you got to create content, you got to play, you got to keep up with the likes of me and Mike. Are we chomping at your heels, man? We coming for you, baby. We coming for you. So how do you balance everything?
Man, dude, is at times it gets
Yeah,
very stressful.
I'm taking
When you
notes.
have, yeah, it get very stressful when you got all that stuff on your plate. But man, I just to be honest with you, man, I just look at every day. You know what I'm saying? I just, wake up every day and just be like, man, we got to get through this day. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying? Because tomorrow not promised, man. So
That's right.
I don't allow the stress or anything to bother me as much. You know what I'm saying? Because I
That's
know,
good.
what I'm saying,
That's
I might
good.
not wake up tomorrow, Doc. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? So I just
Do you
gotta
have a
take,
goal?
huh?
You have a goal in mind of what you want, where you want to reach with all this?
Oh yeah, man. I got man. So my goal is to get
That's
into the
good.
millions, man. In this YouTube, on this YouTube journey, I'm trying to get into the millions, man. I know it's gonna take a lot of hard work, a lot of
Bet.
dedication. You know what I'm saying? A lot of a lot of tears and sweat, man. It's gonna take a lot of everything to get to the top. And then when I do get to the top, I gotta realize that, you know what I'm saying, once I'm there, the grind still don't stop, man.
It don't
You still
stop.
gotta
It
go.
doesn't stop.
Yeah,
It
that's
Never
what
doesn't
I'm
stop.
stop.
saying. So it never stops, man. So with that mindset, man, I want to give a big shout out to my uncle, man. He a pastor down there in Georgia, man.
Awesome.
He just he really molded me, man. If y'all notice, man, I don't have a real true young man mindset. You know what I'm saying? He got me to where I look at life how y'all look at life. You
That's
know what
good.
I'm saying? I'm,
That's
like,
good.
and my younger friends say I'm an old. No, but for real though, my younger friends say I'm an older soul.
That's good.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
good.
So yeah, I gotta give a big shout out to him, man. He really changed my life, my whole perspective of the way I think and the way I go about, you know what I'm saying, go about everything. So gotta give a big shout out to him, man. He really changed my life.
That's good, man. Well, one thing I also want to say, you seem like you listen, you follow advice. So Mike asked earlier before we came on the air, who's your favorite team in the NFL and in college? Who's your favorite college team?
well, y'all already know fins up, man. They know I am. You know, I'm bopping out with the Miami Dolphins. Madden made me a fan of them guys.
Really?
At first I was a Rams fan, but then the Rams left us.
Right.
Yeah, so the Rams left us, and I was like,
okay,
man, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? For some odd reason, I don't know. Like I just gravitated towards the Dolphins.
Right.
I've been a fan since they was 4-12. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't no bandwagon. We ain't doing that good this year either.
Right.
So hey, look. So I'll tell you this. You're doing you're 10 times ahead of your time when it comes to picking a team. Doc is -10 in here. But that's how he used there.
Hey, Brendan. Brendan is in the chat room. Brendan said, "Behave yourself tonight." Brendan said, "Behave yourself."
Everyone is allowed to make mistakes in life, and that's that.
I'm
writing that down, Lou.
Fans for the NFL, it got to be the Miami Dolphins. Like I said, Madden made me a huge fan of them. I was beating the hell out of other guys with a low tier team.
Really?
So I just it made me a fan of them. So I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm to be honest with you, I'm one of them dogs. I'm like one of them guys that like the underdogs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been the underdog. Everybody always overlooked me.
What you say? What you say?
Yeah, so to have a team that's an underdog, and they did well last year when we finished 10-6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We happen to not make the playoffs now.
Okay.
You know, so we trying to scrape our way back. But my favorite team on college, got to be the Clemson. I'm rolling with Clemson Tigers, man. We doing terrible this year.
Right.
But it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Well, listen. Right before we're gonna let you go, tell everybody how to get up with you, how to follow you on social media. If they would like to join your CFM, how can they contact VLegendary Lou?
Hey, man, dang, I ain't want to leave, man. I've been having a lot of fun, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got to pay bills. We got to pay bills, Lou.
That's a good thing.
We got to pay bills, Lou.
If I gotta go, it is what it is. Hey, to all the viewers out there, man, if you want to ever be in contact with me, bro, you go ahead and subscribe to my channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Go and subscribe to my channel. And then when we go down to the comment section, you will see my Instagram. You'll see all this stuff, man.
Okay.
And then please, my Instagram is the same as my YouTube, man. VLew, man.
What's your channel?
VLew, man.
VLew. That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Man, listen,
Legendary Lou, man. So you know what I'm saying.
Good.
To all the guys that's out there that if you wanna tap in with me, man, you go and look me up on YouTube, man. My name is everything on all type of social medias, TikTok. Man, do not be afraid, man. My DMs is open to everybody.
Yeah.
It's just not even. It's not because even when I get big, like I want to be able to make sure that I can talk to some of these guys. Because some of these guys be needing God, and some of these guys be just need somebody to talk to.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
right.
my DMs is always open. If you got personal problems, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't your girlfriend. I ain't gonna respond. Wait, before y'all start laughing. I ain't gonna respond as fast as y'all want me to. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
So
what'd you say? Hey,
I
cause I got other stuff to do.
Yeah, but yeah, no, but yeah, real stuff though. On the real tip, man, it was a lot of guys that DM me, man. I had to, it was I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but I can say that I saved a few lives, man. A lot of guys DM me, talking about, you know what I'm saying, it ended it, man. So I'm just saying, like, if you need somebody to talk to, man, my DMs is always open. Like I was saying, I'm not your girlfriend, so I'm not gonna respond as fast as you want me to. But I'm telling you, I got you, man, for sure.
That's good. Well, listen, man, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. And listen, you will be back because.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Let me know, man. I ain't trying to leave, man. I'm trying to get into the juice of the debate.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. When you make it big, remember who your first interview was with.
Yeah, my boy Doc and Mike. Man.
That's it, Doc and Mike. That's what I'm talking about.
Mike,
hey, when you blow up, we gonna blow up.
Yo, God, Doc and Mike.
Treat me like a balloon. I gotta blow up.
Well, listen, we're gonna go to another segment real quick. I'm gonna play a transition. Lou got to get out of here. You hug your family for us too, man. You keep doing what you do, okay?
Hug that baby.
All right, man. I love y'all, man.
Love you too, big man.
Hey, keep doing y'all thing. Hey, Doc and Mike, baby, subscribe, like, do whatever y'all gotta do, man. Hey, thank y'all so much for having me, man. Y'all gotta have me back, man. You know, you got my DMs and all that. Just hit me up if you need somebody to be on a little, you know, somebody you need to talk to, man. But hey,
appreciate you, man.
Here, man.
All right, see you later, big man.
Oh. Sweet.
All right, listen, me and Mike got to talk about this. I heard today that Antonio Brown and a couple of his teammates for the Buccaneers are getting suspended simply because at the onset of training camp, Antonio Brown did have a fake vaccination card. He subsequently got vaccinated, Mike.
Yes.
So now he's being suspended for 3 games. What I'm hot about and what I'm throwing a flag on, Aaron Rodgers essentially did the same thing. He used the word immunization. That's not vaccination. So I'm throwing a flag because I don't think it's fair treatment. What's your take on it?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
We know that in the NFL, it doesn't really matter if at a regular job you have some special treatment towards special people. You could just imagine in the NFL.
Okay.
The problem with the NFL is that I'll talk about my team.
Talk about your team.
Going on with the Washington football team for a very long time.
Okay, there we go.
I'll just name and you know my football fans with Redskins Nation can Washington football team nation is here to like say we've gone through RG3.
Okay.
Clayton Portis. We've gone through a lot of players who have come here and have apparently received this Daniel Snyder special treatment, but special treatment goes throughout the league.
Okay.
Tom Brady gets special treatment. Aaron Rodgers gets special treatment. All these people do. And then suddenly you have certain players, whether they're superstars or not, they're just not the right type of superstar. They're not going to, and I'm not making this a racial thing, but they're not going to give the same kind of likeness to as they do to Aaron Rodgers. How does Aaron Rodgers do what he did, and Antonio Brown does his?
It's the same thing.
His gets suspension, and Aaron Rodgers gets nothing. Look, I'm not for anybody getting suspended, but if you're going to suspend one, then you better be suspending all.
That's my point.
Because you can't just do one. It doesn't sound fair. It doesn't matter what kind of color you put on it. It's going to be what it is.
Yeah, at the end of the day, because they slapped him on the wrist, and I know the AB unfan club said, well, you know, he's always in trouble. He's always in trouble. Well, regardless, if the NFL wants to be fair, and it's It's a good boy club. It's a old boy network. I understand that. You make a good point, but I'm just saying the inconsistent. It's the hypocrisy for me.
It is. You have 100%. Uh, for you to be upset about that, you're not the only one. But the one that gets to stay home in good condition is Aaron Rodgers, and he's not the only one. I mean, what happened to the Patriots when they had all that kind of stuff popping up?
That's true.
Oh,
That's true.
they a good fine and go on
Drop
about
in the
your
bucket.
business.
Drop in the bucket. You know.
So it's too much.
Right.
I want to say a lot. I want to say a lot but my mama told me if you don't got nothing nice to say, what did they say? Yeah,
What'd you say? I
that's what
call
my mama told me.
Brendan. I call it the hushing order. Listen, everybody, if you want to check us out live, we are live right now on Facebook.com/Doc and Mike on the mic. We will next week, Mike. We're gonna be on YouTube and Facebook because our YouTube channel is being verified right now, and it takes 24 hours. I checked into it before the show, so next week we'll be on Facebook and YouTube. So now we're coming live on Facebook, and then we'll just upload this to our YouTube channel. So make sure you like our YouTube channel, Doc and Mike on the mic. Go to our YouTube channel and go to Doc and Mike on the mic.com, and that'll take you to our YouTube channel. Get on Facebook and hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you following us. Now, the next thing we want to talk about, and we're going to spend about 10 minutes here, and we got about 15 minutes left in the show. We got to go over some predictions. Oh, you ready for this? Are you ready for this? We got to go over some
all the
predictions.
grocery stores are open right now, so everybody get their snacks and popcorns and drinks.
Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay. Predictions. Alabama and Georgia. Mike really doesn't talk a lot about college football, but you know what shirt I'm wearing. Mike, we are a 6.5 point underdog. I'm taking the Cowboys and the point. I'm taking Bama and the point. Who you gonna take?
See, this is the thing. What did I tell you the other day?
Come on, talk to me.
You can't think with your heart.
Uh-oh.
At some point in time, logic has to beat heart, and then you start, and then you're able to see through the clouds.
Okay, come on,
Right
talk
now,
to me. Talk to me.
Georgia, to me, seems to be the team that has put together the best season so far. That's why they're ranked what, Doc? Number 1.
But who's number? I think we two. We 2 or 3. I think we're 3. We're 3.
Well, that being said, I think Alabama's going to win. Go ahead.
Boy, okay, I'm going to mess with you real quick. We talked about this the other night in our pre-show. I'm going to mess with you. And everybody, Mike and I talked about our top 10, but right now, before we close out the show, we got a couple of odd picks. And I'm thinking, and he just preached, don't bet with your heart. And so I'm thinking the Patriots and the Washington football team may make it to the Super Bowl. What you think?
Well, I also used to think that Shaquille O'Neal sneakers were going to be top notch. But that didn't happen.
I remember when they hit the market. We dating ourselves. Hey, webcam, I remember when those shoes hit the market, and they thought they were going to be a big seller like Jordan.
They're not top notch, but he as a person is top notch.
That's true, man. So what? Okay. Let's do this then for our listeners. If there's something your team lacks, what would it be that will prevent them from making it to the Super Bowl?
Well, my team.
Yeah.
I'll say this. We've talked about this.
Right.
I think the Washington football team, for example, they are missing. They're like maybe 2 to 3 pieces away from making some real noise.
Yeah, I'm making some notes on my team.
Noise year round, and not just year round, but noise for years to come.
Okay. Okay.
I think if they're going to stick with Heineken, which is the name I give him.
Okay. You said
If they're going to
Heineken.
stick with him, then they're going to stick. Then they have to stick with him, and as long as he produces. I am not a fan of players per se. I'm a fan of my team.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't care if it's Heineken that is in under center or if it's someone else, as long as they're producing.
Okay.
So we are probably a reliable quarterback away.
Okay. Okay.
We have linebacking situation that needs to get 100% straight.
Okay.
And if we can get, to me, if we can get those two positions straight,
Yeah.
there is going to be problems.
You think so? You think so?
On the horizon.
Well, New
Hey, Doc.
New England looks scary to me.
New England is scary.
They look scary.
And it's not just because of Bill Belichick, but
True.
the fact that he is the coach, that by itself is a scary situation for the AFC East in general.
Yeah.
So having him and having a rookie quarterback that is putting the numbers that he's putting, and to take his team out there against top tier teams and beat them, they're a problem.
So
And
they
if
play.
you don't believe it, you better start opening your eyes, because
Yeah,
I think they're going to be a problem in this year's playoffs.
So they play the Bills. Is it Sunday night or Monday night? They're the late game, either Sunday or they play Monday night. But the Bills and the Pats, but I believe it's Monday night. And I got the Pats beating the Bills. They're going to edge out that game. They're going to beat the Bills.
Well, they already beat them once.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you can do it once, you can do it twice. Is the way I see it.
Yeah.
If I had to put, I'm not a betting man, but if I had to put money on it, I would put money on them winning.
Yeah. Well, listen, real quickly before we get out here, tell everybody, how did you and I meet?
We actually met through Madden.
Yeah.
Playing Madden, it was, you meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
I run a lot of leagues. A lot of people. I have a pretty decent following as far as running leagues and stuff. I meet different people all the time, but you kind of connect with certain people.
True.
You were a connection, like right off the bat, to the point where you hold on. Hey, I gotta get my assistant. Bring the tissues.
I'm like,
So you were a connection right off the bat, and then that led into like us running leagues together, and now guys know me. It's like it's not just Mike, it's Doc and Mike, and it's, if I'm running a league, why isn't Doc in it? You know what I'm saying? So there isn't a league that we don't run. I'm not in any leagues unless, and I'm being honest, I'm not in any leagues if it's not me and you ran right now.
Well,
right now I'm not.
I appreciate that, man. I'm just thankful that you and I know each other, man. How you like our format, man? How you like the first show, man?
We're pretty good. The everything is being, of course, there's always room for improvement, and we're going to improve. But to be able to put this kind of the product that we're going to be putting in place, and to have everything the way it's running, it's awesome.
Man, I appreciate you so much, man. And it's just the best. We haven't seen anything yet, and we're just gonna keep getting better and better and better and better. I'm looking to have Coach David Carter on next Friday. I got to reach out to him and ask him to be our guest for next Friday. And I reached out to a couple of other content creators on YouTube to be our guest, and I'm just excited, man. I am just excited. They want to keep going. They want us to keep going. Oh, I can talk. You don't know what you're asking now. I can talk, Mike. I can talk. But look, how do you think my Cowboys look? Look at that. Look at that hair. How do you think the Cowboys looked last night? What kind of grade would you give them?
I'm sorry, something just.
What kind of grade would you give them?
I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay,
I
talk
didn't
to
watch
me.
the whole Cowboys game because the
Talk to
Cowboys
me.
situation was one that didn't necessarily. They were playing a team that was hurt, and the idea is that you beat whoever's in front of you, but sometimes you beat whoever's in front of you. If they're not good enough,
Yeah.
you have to learn how to. You gotta whoop them.
You got
And
it.
if you're that good, you got to whoop them.
I understand.
They are not just hurt. They had a quarterback that doesn't necessarily play quarterback all the time.
And he was hurt.
Tight end and all over the place and anything else. And even though they got 4 interceptions,
Yeah.
the score was 27-17. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right. I'm checking my
And
notes. It was
27-17,
27-17.
It's I know that they're not just playing the quarterback by himself,
Correct.
but I believe if the Cowboys think, if Cowboy Nation thinks that they are some great this year, you should produce better than that. And that's what I told you as far as my team as well.
Yeah.
When you said, "Oh, you beat," we did, but we held the ball a long time versus the Bucks, and we held the ball a long time versus the Panthers.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you what does it matter if you hold the ball that long and you can put up some extra points? We should have won that game last week by a lot more.
I understand.
I don't know about a lot more.
I understand.
But more.
I understand. I noticed one of our issues, and this is gonna bite us if we make it to the playoffs. I don't know what's wrong with Zeke. Now he blocks well, and that's one of the reasons they're keeping him. But we can't run the football.
Can I correct you there?
Come on.
Let me throw a flag on there.
Okay. Come on.
I don't think Zeke is you guys'
Talk to me.
savior.
Talk to me.
He's not. I think if he was injured, Tony Pollard would do as good of a job,
if not better.
My opinion. Do I want him to do it? No. But in all reality, if we want to be technical, I think that they would do just if not the same, if not better, without.
Yeah, because and I heard Troy Aikman and Jim Nantz, not Jim Nantz, but his co-host last night say that a lot of times they're listening to everybody else and they're forcing the issue. They're trying to run the ball, but if you're having success passing the ball, and we're getting a little technical, just pass the ball and run a little bit. Don't let people that don't get paid to do football try to dictate to you what you should be doing. They're having success when Dak is dinking and dunking, and by the way, run every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just really, and I know you don't like me to talk too much about WFT, but we got 2 games out of the next 5 to play you guys. And the way that the Washington football team is looking, man, I'm a little scared, man, going into those 2 games.
Well, like I'm in a couple chats. I'm in a few chats.
Yeah.
Washington football team, Redskins related.
Yeah.
And in these chats, some of the things that have been coming up is about how we have improved defensively.
Okay.
Well, we have improved defensively. Part of the improvement that we've made has been based on Landon Collins. Like I told you, we're missing I believe 2 pieces. We're like 2 pieces away from making noise.
Okay.
The fact that they moved Landon Collins near the line of scrimmage, and he's been going sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
He's been getting tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That has made such a difference that it shows, and it's not new to say that the improvement has been because Chase Young and Sweat have been out. No, it's not.
Okay.
We're better with them. The problem is that we kind of addressed a little bit of what we had issues with
right.
It was the linebacking situation.
Right.
We have a rookie, and he has, he needs more time. But either way, putting Collins down there made a huge improvement to the point where now quarterbacks have to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker.
Right.
It's a different scenario. So that's pretty
good. That's pretty good, man. That's good insight. That's really, really good insight, man. We just going crazy over Michael Parsons. We're going crazy over Trayvon Diggs. But if you look statistically, you live by the big play, you die by the big play. And everybody that's watching us understands sports, and I love sports. But we are going to get in trouble because we still don't have, and I'm going to date myself again, we don't have that Charles Haley factor. back in the day, in the early 90s when we were a thing, we had Charles Haley. And we had Deion Sanders. He came after the 49ers beat us the year before, and he came to us and we won a Super Bowl. But we don't have that force. DeMarcus Lawrence came back last night, but he's been out since game one. We don't have a Chase Young. We don't have a Montez Sweat. You know, DeMarcus has just been hurt. We just don't have nobody on our defense that scares the bejeebers out of anybody. You know, y'all are not scared to play us.
No, my son is not scared to play y'all. But,
you hearing Brendan? Brendan, come get Mike.
No, the thing is,
talk to me, man.
Look, I love my team. I consider myself the #1 Redskins fan, Washington football team fan,
right?
And country, nation, you name it.
Make it plain, man. Make it plain. Make it plain.
But the fact is, I'm not going to baby us. Chase Young, he's a name right now. He does produce fumbles and certain pressures and so forth, so on. But when you're looking at we picked him up in the second pick. He could have been the first.
He could have been the first. Who went first? Who went first that year? But Joe Burrow 3 seasons ago.
But he went second. So him going second, you expect that to be a pick that is going to make noise for you.
Right.
Bosa brothers, they like to talk about all these other guys, but they're producing. And when they're on the field, they make noise.
That's right.
So what Chase Young has not been making noise.
So why do you think that's an issue?
I think a lot of people may not like it.
Okay.
When you give too much noise to a young player, even though he looks to have his things in order.
I hear you.
When you give too much publicity to a player, that limelight might not be. It might be too influential in his daily way of handling.
I understand. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
That's a problem. I think to me, he may be a little bit too much, feeling himself a little bit too much.
Okay.
When you get down and dirty and forget about all the light that's going to come your way. One of the things I love about Peyton Manning is the fact that he was who he was, but he knew.
He was one of my favorites.
Produced, and he let everything else come to him.
That's a good point.
He wasn't worried about TV. He wasn't worried about the shows and the commercials and everything that comes with that he's been able to do. He produced first. Yeah. Because the only reason that all those other accolades came is because he produced on the field. And he never stopped.
Right. He never.
Right, or am I wrong, Doc? If you stop producing, then guess what's going to happen? The same thing with Haskins. I hate to bring him up because Redskins Nation does not like to hear him. But Haskins is the same problem. RG3 was the same problem. Yeah. When you allow all the lights and stuff to get to your head, you're not going to play well. Play and let that come behind you.
We're about to throw another flag. We're going to throw another flag. We're going to talk about these coaches jumping ship. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, so Lincoln Riley went from Oklahoma, now he's gone to USC, and he made it like, I'm gonna be with you guys a long time. I'm not going anywhere. When a coach says that, you need to be looking at his transactions. So let me ask a generic question for you, Mike. And in this generation, this age in which we live, there's no such thing as loyalty anymore. How do you feel about that?
That's one of the things that has me a little disturbed as far as the NFL. When you sign a contract and then all of a sudden you want to, I don't want to honor my contract.
Okay.
That's a big topic in general, because when you allow that to happen,
that's good. It's
going to keep on happening. Everybody else is going to want to copy. The NFL is what? A copycat league. So
that's true.
The fact of the matter is that when you have these coaches, players saying, I'm out of here. But I'm gonna tell you, in the coaches situation, sorry to change so quickly.
No, you fine. You fine.
The coaches, sometimes they go to the NFL and they're like, this is too much.
Because you know what I was wondering.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what I was wondering, excuse, didn't mean to cut you off, because to that point, I was wondering, why did Lincoln go from Oklahoma to USC, which I believe is a lateral move? Why did he jump into the NFL?
Because I think it's a different. That's kind of like where I was going with it. Is the NFL is a different ball game.
Okay.
It's football, but it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
Different money being thrown around, different all kinds of different stuff. They're going to hold you a lot more accountable. It's not like college. That college,
that's good.
Money stays in house more than it does goes out.
That's true. That's
college,
good, Mike.
For you to go to college, or to even want to jump from the NFL back to college,
that's a good point.
It's an easier picture. You're dealing with kids. You're dealing with kids compared to you're dealing with grown men that now can tell you that I'm not doing that. We're doing it this way. In college, they want to listen to you because they want to get where? The NFL.
They want to get to the NFL.
A coach is easier to want to stay in college, or to say, I want to go from this college to another college, because why? Maybe they threw more money at him. Maybe he feels like I've done what I could here.
Right.
I don't see the progress going any further. There's too many variables, but college is just a better place to be.
I totally agree.
If I'm a coach, that's where I want to be. Man, I don't want to be in the NFL where somebody can tell me shut up.
I would, man, college, if I was a college coach, and you would probably be one of my assistants, and vice versa. If you were a coach, I would love to be your assistant. But college, it is so much pressure to win, and I'm thankful now, and I'm throwing a flag again on why the NCAA has not done this any sooner. The players are getting paid now for their likeness, etc., so they can get compensated for them participating in college sports. And the argument has always been, well, they're getting a free education. College football is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So I am on board with those kids, those young men getting paid. What's your take on it?
I believe that they should be getting it, not just a free ride.
Thank you.
Let's make sure that they're living okay. Some of these college students, they go to college, and mind you, a lot of the money that comes into colleges is based from football, which is probably the biggest. Right. Football, basketball, and all the other sports. So a lot of their money comes from those, but that's a lot of money.
It's a heap of
money.
Where's
it going? So why is it that they cannot say, we're going to give you a scholarship, but how about let's make sure that you don't have to go work at a restaurant to try to make some money to carry around. Right. Let's do something that if you are able to bring this kind of money into it and give us this kind of publicity, let's pay you guys a little something. Call it a salary per year. It doesn't have to be millions, but I can guarantee you that if you are able to give something there, they wouldn't be crying as much as they are. And I don't call it necessarily crying. It's they have the right to be upset.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Hey guys, again, I'm Doc, he's Mike, and we're on the mic tonight. Listen, we ask that you will go to our Facebook page and like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Doc and Mike on the mic. We are broadcasting live on that site tonight, and we also would like you to go to docandmikeonthemic.com. That takes you directly to our YouTube page. We would like you to jump on our YouTube page. We need 100 subscribers so we can make a custom URL, Doc and Mike on the mic. You know what I'm saying? So we are so excited. Next week, next Friday, we're going to have Coach David Cotton. We're going to touch base with him later on tonight, maybe first thing tomorrow, and reach out to him and see if he would like to be a guest on the show, because he runs a CFM. He's a content creator. He's all things Madden. We love Madden football. Mike, we're grown men. We love gaming. Come on, talk to me, Mike.
I want to throw something at you. I don't mean to talk about my team so much, but it's a topic.
Come on.
A topic that's hitting hard.
Okay.
I want to know your opinion on this.
I'm listening.
Apparently, Rick Snyder, who I don't know much about. I tried to get some information on the guy. But apparently, Rick Snyder posted on a radio show
Come on.
that the Minnesota Timberwolves have
Come on.
apparently decided to, I guess, be a little upset about the fact that one of the names that the Washington football team is
Mm-hmm.
considering is
I'm
the
look.
Washington Red Wolves.
I'm reading that right now. Yeah, I sent that out. Thank you. Good catch, man. Talk. Where you going with it? Talk to me.
So my question to you is, how do you see that a team in the NBA
Okay.
that has Timberwolves and some other team in the NFL that might consider having the Red Wolves as their name, how do you see that being possible? That the
That's
Timberwolves
so
can
good. That's so
have
good.
all the rights to all the Wolf names out there.
Well, well, as a football organization, I would again be careful because it was so much hoopla with you guys with the Native American name. Okay,
Hmm.
and that was a whole lot. And you need to be careful going forward that the name that we consider still has no connection with anything like that. Now, the Timberwolves are raising a flag because they've gained some kind of momentum and notoriety with their name, and they do not really want to share that name with anybody. So they want to throw a flag. Don't bother our name. And like we were saying in pre-production, you just ain't the only wolf in the world. And my and I have no dogs in this race. But my attitude would be, because I'm old school. I remember John Riggins. I remember Joe Theismann. I remember when Lawrence Taylor broke his leg. I go that far back. And back in the day, you guys were the Hogs. Y'all wore hog masks to RFK Stadium. I do not understand. I may be a little off topic with where you were going, but I don't understand, to avoid all interaction between other teams and squabbling over a name, you had a second name called the Hog. So I want to throw the ball back in your court. Why won't y'all call yourself the Washington Hogs?
Well, I'll answer that. The Hogs, they're embedded in history with the
Okay.
Washington team. People know the Hogs.
Right.
The fact of the matter is that Daniel Snyder is involved.
Okay. Okay.
That's number one. As long as he's involved, you cannot expect anything to just be normal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I understand that now he has a new president and everything else, but it's his money being tossed around, and as long as his money's being tossed around, he's going to have something to say about what happened.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's why one of the reasons I believe why the
I
name.
understand.
I, I don't know what the name is going to be yet, but I don't
Okay.
think that it's
I
going to be
feel
Hawks
you. I
because
feel you.
I don't think he's going to go that route. But I do think that the Red Wolf situation had some. I'm not sure how much, what percentage of this is true,
Okay.
but I believe that the Red Wolves was probably highly being considered because at one point even Ron Rivera favored that name, and even a lot of the Redskins players
Okay.
favored that name because it just had a good sound. Not
It
only
does,
did
the
it have a good
Washington
sound,
Red
but
Wolves.
can you
Okay.
imagine everyone in the stadium at some point just howling like a wolf?
Okay.
That's crazy. And-
Man.
That's a quiet one. What are you, a mute? But
Oh.
to tell you, the Red Wolves historic range that covers the entire DMV, right?
Wow.
And the species went in peril and was even added to the endangered species in 1967. So
Wow. Come on,
just
Mike.
because the just because the red wolves aren't as out there as they used to be in at some point in the DMV area, it's
Okay.
still an animal that was from the area. And if you're going to change the name because it offended human beings, then why not go to something like an animal or the I don't want them to be the Capitals because we already have the Capitals in hockey,
That's right.
but like the Capitol, the monument, something that is not going to be offensive The monument is not going to come out and be like, "Hey, I don't want that name there."
Understand, understand,
So
understand.
I thought Red Wolves, to me, if we're going to have to go away from the Redskins, Red Wolves was
That's
it was
good.
starting to
I feel you.
get me
I
a
feel
little
you.
bit. And now, if this story is correct, it's going to really hurt a little bit to
Right.
not know where we're going now.
That
If
is
we're,
awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, listen, man, this has been a great show, man. We stuck to our notes. We had a few notes, and I sent Mike some notes. He likes to. He's that guy, you know.
structure.
Yeah, he's a structured guy, and I always have somebody in my life like him because I'm the guy. I'm like squirrel, 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 squirrel. I'm like little Mike. See, I'm like little Mike, squirrel, squirrel. You know, so he helps keep me right here, and I love this. I love this guy. He's awesome. I'm Doc. He's Mike. We'll be back next week again. One more time. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Doc and Mike on the mic. Like our Facebook page. Go to Doc and Mike on the mic.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Brendan, thank you for being here tonight. And Mike, Brendan says you're looking young tonight. He said, what's your secret?
I use a little bit of cocoa butter.
That's what I was going to say.
A little bit of lime.
That good cocoa butter. Boy, guys, I'm having so much fun. And this is the type of show we can let our hair down a little bit. I have a structured show where I do motivation. But this show, I was so happy to do a show like this because it's a little lighter. And we spend so much time with sports. It's just such an easy transition for us to do something like this. And Mike, how do you think we did our first show?
I think it went great. We're going to, of course, do better as time goes. But to be able to do something like this and have our friends, families, and beyond with us, it's amazing. I
Amen.
can't say enough.
Amen. Well, listen, we're going to say good night to everybody. We love you, and we just are excited about what's coming. And I'm telling you, we told VLegendary Lou, when we blow up, y'all going to blow up. Amen. Hey, go Cowboys and roll Tide.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's get out of here, Mike.
Oh, my goodness.